My boy asked me to look after his sick sister, so I gave her a vitamin C tablet. She frowned and looked at me. "What did you just give me? It tastes weird." I laughed. "It's a love potion. Scared?" That night, she was burning up and stumbled into my room. "I feel awful. Is it the pill kicking in?" I laughed it off, but she just held on to me and wouldn't let go. That night, things went all the way. I didn't expect her to be that experienced. When it was over, she blushed and said I had to take responsibility. Just like that, we became the campus couple everyone knew about. My boy was over the moon, always bugging me about when I was gonna make it official and become his real brother-in-law. She hugged me tight and looked me in the eyes. This year. But the night before the wedding, me and my boy Xiaoyu caught a movie and were walking back to campus. Nobody saw it coming. A gang of thugs was waiting around the corner and jumped us out of nowhere. These guys were ruthless. They cornered us in the darkest part of the alley and demanded everything we had. That's when Xiaoyu threw himself at them with everything he had, screaming at me to run. I bolted, ran faster than I ever had in my life, and screamed for help across the street. But when I stumbled back, all that was left in that alley was him, both legs broken, covered in blood, already gone. After that day, Xia Yunshu never looked at me the same way again. Every last bit of warmth was gone. Get out of my family's life. I never want to see your coward face again. Her whole family disowned me. They called off the engagement on the spot, banned me from the funeral, and wouldn't even let me visit his grave. I hated myself for running. Every single night I lay awake, eaten alive by guilt, wishing I was the one who died in that alley. But regret doesn't fix anything. The only thing I could do was spend the rest of my life making it right. So I became Xia Yunshu's personal assistant, willingly, and stayed by her side, taking every bit of coldness and mistreatment she threw at me. I handled all the dirty work, around the clock, no matter how degrading. Not one complaint. To close deals for her, I drank shot after shot at business dinners. I ended up with a bleeding stomach more than once. Almost didn't make it. Then one day in the office, I coughed up a mouthful of blood and blacked out. They rushed me to the hospital. The results came back. Late-stage stomach cancer. It hit me like a truck. For the first time, I was genuinely terrified. The fear spread through me like a wave. Without even thinking, I went looking for Xia Yunshu. I just wanted some comfort, like we used to have. But when I opened the door, there was some guy leaning against her Maybach, real close. His voice was raspy and irritated. "I seriously can't stand that assistant of yours. When are you getting rid of him?" Xia Yunshu paused, her voice ice cold. "Relax, we're getting married soon, like he's nothing. Besides, he got my brother killed. Honestly, I wish he'd just drop dead." Every word was like a knife straight to the chest. I could barely breathe. I quietly turned around, took a cab back to the hospital, and told the doctor one word at a time. "I'm done with treatment. I want to donate all my organs." The doctor looked stunned and immediately tried to talk me out of it. "Are you sure? If you commit to treatment, you can still buy yourself more time. If you give up now, you've got maybe a few months." I didn't hesitate for a second. I shook my head. "I'm sure. I should have died a long time ago. This way I can go make it right with Xia Yu, and Xia Yunshu finally gets to be free of me." From that day on, I kept up the act. Showed up to work every day like nothing had changed. Let Xia Yunshu keep making my life hell. She still sent me to every drinking dinner. Over a dozen shots a night, tearing apart my already wrecked stomach. I'd go pale from the pain, shaking all over, but I always held it together until the dinner ended and I could rush to the bathroom. This time, I didn't make it. Everything went dark and I collapsed. When I came to, I was in my own bed, already changed out of my dirty clothes. Sitting by my side was He Jiao Yu, a college buddy of mine who'd quietly been there for me all these years. He was clutching my crumpled lab report, reading it over and over, eyes red. He's a doctor himself. He knew exactly what it meant. His voice was shaking. "You have stomach cancer. Why didn't you tell me?" He grabbed my hand, desperate. "You can't keep doing this. Leave her. Check yourself in. If you wait any longer, it'll be too late." I gently pulled my hand back and forced a weak smile. "I'll be fine, don't worry." He looked at me and knew. He couldn't change my mind. He knew better than anyone that Xia Yu's death 5 years ago was a wound I'd never get over. A debt I could never repay. He couldn't win the argument. So he just stayed and looked after me through the night, then rushed back to the hospital first thing in the morning. I dragged myself to work too. That day I was supposed to go with Xiaoyunshu to some fancy gala, but I was just her assistant. I didn't even have the right to stand beside her. That spot belonged to Xu Zechuan, her official fiancé. The second Xu Zechuan saw me, he got this smug look on his face. Honestly, I respect the audacity. You really just can't take a hint, can you? Still clinging to Yunshu after everything. I didn't say a word, just stood in the corner like I was invisible and let him talk. A little while later, Xiaoyunshu walked over. Xu Zechuan slipped his arm through hers and called out sweetly, "Yunshu." She didn't pull away, but the moment her eyes landed on me, they went cold. "Who told you to come inside? Get out and wait." It was the dead of winter. Outside was nothing but bitter wind cutting through everything. I just nodded, said, "Okay," and walked out of the warm ballroom into an open garden. Not a single thing to block the cold. I just stood there in the wind, my thin frame shaking, fingers going numb and purple. A passing server felt bad and asked if I wanted to wait inside. I shook my head and stayed put. I waited from dusk until the gala was completely over. Xiaoyunshu came out wearing Xu Zechuan's jacket, the two of them side by side. She saw me still standing there, something flickered in her eyes. Her voice went a little rough, but her tone stayed cold. "Why are you still standing there? Get moving." She took Xu Zechuan's hand and left without looking back. I followed behind them quietly, like a ghost. When we passed the garden pond, Xu Zechuan suddenly got this sly, nasty grin. He stumbled forward on purpose, acting like he'd been shoved, and yelled out, "My watch fell in the lake!" He spun around, eyes locked on me, and snapped, "Ye Huai King, why'd you push me?" "I didn't," I said without thinking. He clung to Xiaoyunshu's arm, playing victim. Still denying it? There are only 3 of us here. That watch was a gift from you, my favorite one. Xiaoyunshu stared at me, cold, silent for what felt like forever. Then she said it, no hesitation whatsoever. "Jump in and get it back." I looked at the pond. The surface was misted with cold, icy just to look at. But I didn't fight it. I took off my coat and waded in, one step at a time. The water wasn't deep, barely past my knees. But that winter water was brutal. Every step felt like walking barefoot on broken glass. I was already weak from the cancer. And sure enough, after just a few minutes, my whole body started shaking and nearly gave out. Xiaoyunshu watched for a few seconds, then turned her back on me without a word, except for one. "If you can't find it, don't bother coming to work tomorrow." And just like that, she walked away with him, never looking back. I stood there alone in that freezing water, a kind of emptiness washing over me I can't even describe. But I still bent down and searched, all night long. Just before dawn, I finally found it. My whole body was stiff, lips purple, barely able to breathe. But I didn't stop, grabbed that watch and stumbled all the way back to the Jia building. Xu Zechuan was in the office. He looked at me, soaking wet and wrecked, with zero sympathy. Took the watch, glanced at it like it disgusted him. "It's all muddy. I don't want it anymore." He ripped off the strap and tossed it in the trash. Xiaoyunshu stood nearby, barely looked over. "If you don't like it, just toss it. I'll get you a new one." Xu Zechuan lit up and leaned into her. "Yunshu, you're the best." I turned around and walked out, soaking wet, freezing cold, saying nothing. The staff on the executive floor had seen enough of me like this. They'd stopped being surprised a long time ago. They'd watched the years of hell I'd put up with. But they'd never understand why I stayed, why I never took a single day off, even with a body that was falling apart. I swallowed a couple of cold meds and followed Xiaoyunshu out for a work inspection. A few days later, with no treatment and years of drinking wrecking my stomach, the pain got worse. I'd be doubled over, barely able to stand. But every time I'd just pop a couple of painkillers and push through. Never told a soul. That weekend I was curled up on the couch in my apartment, hit with a wave of pain so bad I couldn't even move. Then my phone went off.